Welcome to Quarantine Life. Here we go with another episode. I'm broadcasting from my mobile office. As you can see, it's also known as a vehicle because it's a lot more convenient than being inside of a actual indoor space at this point in time. So wondering how you're doing in the new normal quarantine life. For me, some of the challenges that have materialized recently is getting a haircut. Wow, going into a mall, which is the place I would normally go for a haircut, requires, at this point in time where I'm at, not only a face mask, but also a face shield. So it's getting closer and closer to that astronaut suit kind of PPE type deal, where upon entry, you have to fill out a form. You have to have, basically full gear. We're talking face mask, face shield, fill out a form, have your temperature taken, and then go into a barber shop where they've got everything kind of sectioned off with plastic that's hanging from the ceiling, and you're in a zone, and the barber's wearing a face shield and a face mask, and everything's covered in plastic, including the chair. And wow, it seems like a science fiction movie. So at this point, I think I'm just going to keep giving myself uneven, horrible haircuts. Not sure what you're doing about that. And the longer your hair is, the more complicated this is. I realize I don't have a lot to complain about there. How about going to the dentist? Who needs to go to a dentist? Wow. I think I have a cavity, maybe 2, maybe 3. Who knows? I've lost track, but it's definitely time to go see a dentist. That's for sure. It's a bad time to be a dentist. Dentists are basically wearing PPE. Dentists are basically working in your mouth, which is a source of the spread of the virus. They have to be so careful, but also as a patient going to a dentist's office, you got to be careful too. So that's one of those things, like as far as that every 6-month cleaning, are you on schedule for that? I know I'm not. I'm definitely missing my time there. So I can't wait to get back into that routine. And how about physical exams? I mean, healthcare is just like way on the back burner. Unless you've got the coronavirus, everybody's kind of laying low and avoiding doctors. So much of that we've kind of given up. So I think we're basically relying on a doctor named Google, where you just Google whatever it is and find out what to do about it there. But other than that, wow, I'm running out of stuff to do. I've gotten into some games, which I get into them, I get out of them. I've watched some kind of live sports events, which it just, without crowds and audiences, it doesn't quite feel the same, but I'm doing a bit of that these days. I just went for a walk outdoors. You can see behind me. It's a nice place to go for a walk. I was pretty excited about that, but I forgot about something you may have heard of, which are called mosquitoes, and there are a lot of mosquitoes everywhere. It seems like they're also really waiting for the old normal to come back. They're like running out of people to feed off of, and I was just one of those people. So it's like they're just all out there waiting, and I was literally attacked with them, like flying in my ears and buzzing around me. And I was actually trying to make a video, but there were so many mosquitoes that it would have been better for TikTok, because I was basically dancing to try to evade the mosquito attack. So that's pretty much what I'm doing these days. How about you? What are you doing these days? Just some news to cover real quick. Wow. So the Lebanese government resigned after what happened in Lebanon, the just catastrophe there at the port, the explosion I'm sure that you've heard of and seen, which is just awful. So the government has resigned, although at this point it seems that the top level government, the president's still in power, of course. So I'm not sure where that will lead. There'll be elections apparently, and hopefully those will be fair and democratic in terms of the process, and hopefully the people's will be carried out in a way that works for everybody in Lebanon in a positive way. They sure need some positive change there. Hope that happens. And this vaccine sure would be a game changer. A lot of countries have vaccines that are in phase 3. And once those trials are done, if all looks good, we're going to be able to start getting vaccinated. Wow, that sure will be great. Vaccinated. So then I guess we can really kind of resume normal life. And it's just going to take so long to get everybody vaccinated. When you think of millions and millions of people, wow, like to vaccinate 100 million people, that's not easy. It's not like self-vaccinations. You've got to go into some type of medical facility. I guess there are going to be lines like forever and ever, unless they come up with some way you can do it yourself vaccine at home, which would sure be great. Amazon could just send us all vaccines, or Lazada, or whatever you use wherever you are. It'd be great to be able to get it online. But otherwise, wow, imagine how busy clinics will be and hospitals will be if you have to wait for this vaccine for 100 million other people to get it. But once we get the vaccine, we can actually go back to a sense of normalcy. So I sure can't wait for that. Wow, that will be like it'll be like being reborn into a whole new world again. We can go back to our old ways, apparently. So businesses and everything will really surge when that happens, and I'm sure the stock markets will soar. We just need that to happen. So the Russia vaccine hopefully checks out to be as safe as Russia's claiming it is. And if so, wow, that's amazing. That would be just amazing, incredible news, and we should know quite soon. Hopefully over the next month or two. And I'm sure other countries and other pharmaceutical companies will be very close to going live soon as well. That's some great news. Wow, recommended things to do for everybody right now in various states of quarantine, not necessarily in confinement, but just in some type of, your life is not what it used to be. That's how I'm defining quarantine. It's kind of like things are closed. The things you do, you can't do. The people you do things with, you can't do things with. And you're just restricted in this kind of new life that we're not used to, which is like you can't do the things that you've done since birth until now. So I don't know. It's great to break the routine. That's all I can say. Like, break the monotony. You can't keep doing the same thing every day, months and months and months. Like, it's really time to reinvent yourself, even for an hour. Do something completely different. I don't want to encourage you to go on TikTok, but whatever it is you might be interested in doing, it's great to do something real though, like something that is not digital. It's just refreshing in a way. So if you're able to go somewhere, take a vacation, rent an RV, for example, go camping. Not sure if you have that option wherever you're at. That's one idea, but traveling right now is not really a great thing to be able to do. I realize that. Going for a drive is definitely quite helpful. Making a new meal, experimenting with a new recipe, for example, that's kind of cool. It's just something different, something that you haven't been doing every day for the entire duration of this pandemic. If you're not into video games, try to play a video game. If you're not into sports, try watching some sports. Get into something new. If you usually watch action movies, maybe watch a drama. See if you get any tears welling up in your eyes. If you're not a social media user, I think you probably are if you're watching this video, but give it a shot. If you are one, maybe try to go without it for a day or two and do something different. So in my personal opinion, from my perspective, the best way to manage sanity and stress levels is to break the routine, break the monotony, try some new things, whatever they may be. It could simply be a matter of changing what you eat, changing what you watch, changing where you go, waking up at a different hour. Try staying up till 2 a.m. instead of going to sleep at 10 p.m., for example. Sleep in the next day. Maybe pick up a new hobby. Just Google hobbies and pick one and try it, whatever it may be. It doesn't matter. You could build something with Legos. You could try to grab a knife and a piece of wood and become a sculptor, carve something. I don't know. Anything new and different that you don't do every day. Break the routine, do something new. It's very refreshing. I try to do it, and I do run out of options sometimes, but I'm certainly focused on it, and it helps a lot. So other than that, stay safe out there. Please take a moment to click subscribe, the bell, and all, so you'll know when we have our next episode. And hope to be in touch soon. Post any comments. I'll reply as quickly as possible. Have a great day or night, wherever you may be. Goodbye.